Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to Fun in the Kitchen with April. I know it's been a long time since I did something in the kitchen. Listen, life happens, you get busy working, you know the deal. But I am going to share with you one of my favorite recipes. I don't know, I like meatloaf. A lot of people don't, but I do. I love meatloaf. But before I get started, let me thank all of my subscribers who have been here from day one, and all of my new subscribers. Thank you and welcome, family. Welcome to Fun in the Kitchen with April family. Yes, thank you. So today we are going to make meatloaf, and instead of mashed potatoes, I bought these little bitty potatoes. So let me show you these little potatoes. And we're going to make those today because, you know, usually meatloaf and mashed potatoes go together. But I'm going to roast potatoes. I'm going to make like a garlic roasted potato, something or another. Yeah. So let's get started. Okay, so you see I have my ground beef here already. So what I'm going to do, I like to use some onion soup mix. So I'm going to put the whole packet in here. Yep, the whole packet, because this is like 2¼ pounds of ground meat. Okay, and then I have some seasoned pepper, and it has all kind of different peppers in here. No salt, just all kind of pepper. So I like this little seasoning right here. Actually, I used to have one a long time ago. I bought from Sam's Club. It was called 7-pepper seasoning. And I can't find it anymore. So I found this, figured I'd try it, and I love it. So we sprinkle some on there, you see. So what I'm doing, I'm just piling on my my seasonings, I'm sorry. And then, you know, y'all know I love me some complete seasoning. And we're going to use a little bit of that, okay? And then I'm going to put an egg in here. And there we go. So I'm going to get all of that mixed up together. And then after it is cooked, I'm going to mix up my tomato paste and put that on top. And I leave a little extra out because my husband likes a little extra tomato sauce or tomato paste, which is what this is. And he likes to put more onto his slice of meatloaf. So I'm gonna mix this all together. This is gonna be good and yummy. Oh, and with these seasonings, it smells so good. It's the best. I love meatloaf. A lot of people don't like meatloaf, but I do. I love meatloaf. Yep. So guys, I have missed cooking with you. I hope you've missed me too. You know, I see some people are still loving the banana pudding recipe that I did a couple of years ago with my mother-in-law. And also her dressing and sweet potato pie recipes. I'm getting a lot of those too, that you guys are trying those. So thank you for trying that. My mother-in-law is now 90. She'll be 91 in January. So I try not to ask her to come on here too much, although she's still in the kitchen cooking. But you know, at 90, you know, she don't need to be doing too much. And every time I ask her to come on, she's like, you can do all the stuff I tell you how to do. But then she ends up doing it. And I don't want y'all to think I'm slaving my mother-in-law, but she does enjoy cooking. And I love her to death. When I tell you I have the best mother-in-law, I mean, I'm not lying. I know some people don't have good relationships with their mother-in-laws, but I have a great relationship with mine, and I love that woman. Yep. So yes. So this is all I'm doing, is just mixing everything together, getting all those seasonings mixed into this ground beef. Now, a lot of times I do a meatloaf with ground turkey because I prefer ground turkey than beef, but my husband wants some beef. So I'm sacrificing today and making his meatloaf with the beef. I know I've made other things with beef, but really the beef doesn't sit well with me, so it's not like I'm eating a lot of that. Most of the time when I'm making beef, it's because my husband does not prefer ground turkey or the turkey over beef. So, but yeah. So anyway, y'all let me know if y'all are gonna try this, if you like this recipe once it's done and you've tried it. I'm telling you, this is delicious. I love it. I'm just getting this all seasoned up in here. And I'm gonna put this in my little dish right here. So I'll be right back. Let me get this together and I'll show you putting it in my dish. Okay guys, so I have it in my little loaf dish, so to speak. I guess it's a loaf dish, but yes, I have it in here. And you know, sometimes meatloaf tends to shrink, so it might shrink up a little bit in here, but that's okay. So now I'm gonna put it in the oven and we'll be good to go. I'm putting it in the oven at 350 and I'm just gonna let it cook until it's completely done. So I'm not sure how long do I normally. I'll let you know when it's done. Oh, and one more thing. Fun fact about aluminum foil. So I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to, I don't know, one day I just happened to look at the box of aluminum foil. But the shiny side of the aluminum foil is the non-stick side. Who knew? Yeah. So anyway, thought that was a fun fact. Okay, so what I did, I washed my potatoes and just kind of sliced them in half. So now I'm ready to put my seasonings and stuff on it. I was going to do garlic, but I changed my mind. I think I'm going to do some ranch potatoes, roasted potatoes. So what I did, I melted some butter. And now I'm just going to pour, I know I'm doing olive oil and butter, but there's a reason for that because I really want it to be crispy and I like the buttery taste, okay? So I'm just going to do a little bit of olive oil throughout here, and that's it. That's it. And then I am going to kind of mix them up so that all the potatoes get that olive oil on there, because I didn't need a whole lot of olive oil, although I think I poured a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's okay. That is okay. It'll just be crispier. That's all. There we go. Now, this too, I can do it in the air fryer as well, and it'll be nice and crispy, and it doesn't take a long time, and which I have done these in the air fryer, but I think I'm gonna just roast them today. Yep. And I am going to pour my butter on there. There we go. Yep. And I'm gonna mix it up again so that it gets nice and buttery. Like I said, I melted butter. Well, you saw that. I melted my butter. But I'm still going to put some of my pepper seasoning on here just because I like that pepper seasoning. It's so good, y'all. Y'all need to try it. Y'all need to try it. It's so good. And see, with the butter and the olive oil, it's going to allow for my seasonings to stick. That's another thing. Yep. And also this pepper will give it a little kick. Because it has like, what pepper? I mean, what seasonings? Spices. It has black pepper, paprika, red bell pepper, sugar, you know, all kind of stuff in here. So, yeah, we're good. Yep. And get that pepper all coated on all of my potatoes. I hope y'all try this and let me know how you like it. You know, because I'm going to roast these up like I said. Now, I am going to put some of my ranch seasoning on here because I like the ranch seasoning. I forgot I had this seasoning in my seasoning cabinet. So I said, oh yeah, I could use my ranch seasoning. That's always good. Put that ranch on there. I think I want a little bit more ranch, y'all. It's so good. That ranch is so good. And see, you don't need any salt either because the ranch has some saltiness to it. So you don't need that. There we go. Mix it all up. Get all the seasonings on there, the ranch and everything all on here. Make sure all your potatoes have the ranch seasoning, the pepper, the butter, the olive oil, everything mixed up in here. Yep. And then we're gonna put a piece of aluminum foil on top of this and let this cook. Yep. There we go. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, so I am back and I am making my tomato paste. And what I did, of course, I emptied out my can of tomato paste. And this one has basil, garlic, and oregano. And I have it in my pot, and I put some water in here just to kind of loosen it up a bit. So I took a can and just poured some water in there from the can. Now, I'm gonna put this on the stove for a little bit, but I am going to also add a little bit of sugar to it. Yep, just to take some of that tanginess, the tanginess of you know, the tomatoes. So I'm going to add a little bit of sugar to this, and then we're gonna heat it up. Well, I'll taste it before I well, when I heat it up, I'll taste it to make sure it has enough seasoning to it. And I'm also going to add a little bit of that complete seasoning in here. Yep, just so I have this seasoned up a little bit. Yep, so we want to add some of that complete seasoning in here. Give me a second. Okay, so now I am going to add my sauce onto my meatloaf. There you go. There you go. Just like that. And I want to make sure I get it good and covered. But you remember at the top of the video when I told you that the meatloaf was going to shrink. And you see, that's what it did. It filled up the whole pan before, but now it has shrunk. So, yep. And I got rid of that oil, that grease that was in there. You know how ground beef has that grease that comes off of it. So I went ahead and got rid of that as well. So now I'm just going to put this back in the oven for a little bit. Let that cook a little bit with this sauce on there, and we will be back. Okay, so here is our meatloaf and our potatoes. There you go. This is what we're looking like. Okay. So I am going to give you a taste of this delicious meatloaf. I love meatloaf, guys. Uh-oh, sorry, I done put my hand in front of the camera. Okay, so you guys definitely need to try this recipe. And I, of course, I did some sweet peas. This is really good. Now I'm gonna give you a taste of the potatoes. Y'all need to try this. Yep. So that is fun in the kitchen for today. And I hope you enjoyed the recipe I did for you today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and press the notification bell so you know the next time I have a great recipe coming for you. Bye.